Hello guys. Oh, sorry. Hi guys. How are we? How are you doing? Happy Friday. It's beautiful seeing you all here. How are you? My guides had told me today that there would be someone joining who I know from my life but has not seen a stream before. So I'm a little bit nervous. They haven't told me who it will be, but I have a feeling that there might be a lurker among us today. So we'll see. So I'm a little bit nervous. I apologize for that. How are you guys doing? Dirty Dragon, thank you for your messages. And no, it is totally okay. What you've been writing me, it's okay. But thank you for asking me anyway. I will not be doing what you asked me to do, but I will, however, do your reading. And I hope that you enjoy your stay in our community and that we can bring you some bubbles of joy. And I hope you had a lovely birthday. How was it? I would love to know. How was your birthday, my friend? Blondie, hi! Haven't seen you for a long while. How are you? Beautiful seeing you again, my friend. I missed you. How are you? I'm fine. I'm a little bit nervous. since they said that people are gonna come in today that I know from out here. But I'm fine. I'm not used to working because I've been so ill before. I'm not used to having a proper job, I'm sorry to say, and I'm also not very used to be working full days, and I've been working not the entire week but a lot this week, so I'm a little bit tired and a little bit unused to it, but I'm very well, and I'm looking forward to spending this beautiful Friday together with you guys with some calm energy readings and healing. But Daddy Dragon, I hope that all is well between us. Peggy cries, hi, how are you today? Are you feeling better today? I feel your energy is coming in a bit more stabilized today. You're feeling better? Beautiful. Was it okay? I never asked you, Peggy, how yesterday was for you. Was it okay? Because I felt I didn't give you so much room, and then we did this exercise that was more for, or what Tara did, so to speak, but I felt like you needed that space, you know, to just be you in a bit of a overlooking way. I was starting to think about Overwatch now. I hope that was okay, Peggy. I just wanted to check with you how you experienced it, and if it felt okay for you, because I felt that was what you maybe needed in that time and space. I had a beautiful time. Your birthday going good, a bit drunk to come home about 3 in the morning. Oh, I hear you. I don't drink, me, because of my illness in my lungs, but my twin does drink, my telepathic twin. So I know the feeling. Blondie, we have now a queuing system, so you can put !joy in chats, and you'll be put in queue for a place in our queue. You felt like you were stoned after that. Your head was really lighter. Oh, beautiful. It was a really powerful search, you know. That Tara said also that the power went out when she did it. It was really powerful. It was beautiful. So I'm happy that that it got to you, my friend. So Blondie, just put !joy in chat. Okay, I'm gonna see. I think that it was Bowhead who was first, but she's not here right now. So we'll see. Hang on. Bowhead is first, yeah. Oh! Things are happening with the with the list. Fabian, hi. How are you doing? How are you today? It's a very calm Friday today, I feel. Overrouge, are you here today, my friend? You're not so happy. You want to talk about it, my friend? I'm just gonna see Overrouge here. No. Then it is Dirty Dragon. You're up next. A mood drop. I'm sorry. I hope that this stream can provide you with some joy, some bubbles. Bubbles, Fabian. You don't want to use the term mood swing because that's too feminine. Ah, it's not too feminine. It's okay to feel that way, you know. If you want to go even more into the feminine aspect of it, our mood can change depending on the weather as well. I know you got some ground to stand up on what is going on, but you know, it can change. It's okay. I hope that that this stream can provide you with some bubbles. You have total sunshine. See, there it is. It's too bright. Maybe then just look at it and just breathe, my friend, and be here with us, and let's have a beautiful, wonderful Friday together. What I felt with the weather for you, Fabian, is that it goes so up and down. You know, it changes so rapidly right now. And I feel that can affect us. That's a good reason to be bright, yeah. You can work with that, huh? Okay. So, Daddy Dragon, I will go into your transference. And I think that I would want to start with a projective healing for you, first off, and then slowly go into whatever comes. Sorry, there was so much information overwhelming me. Let's do this. There. Hey, it works! There was so much information coming in, okay? So, I'm just gonna have a sip of water. This has to do with the communication center, Dirty Dragon. Are you here, by the way, and ready for your reading? You passed the 10k channel points! Woo! I'm sorry I have nothing to give you as of yet. We're working on it, but Twitch is not our main focus, so I'm sorry. But thank you so much for being here, my friends. You're here and ready. Okay, so this has to do with the communication center and up the third eye. Because you feel yourself being so closed off, you know, not closed off to reality, not closed off to anything really, but with spirituality, okay? Because it feels like you are one of those people who would stand on the more rational side of things, and you're still very open, because you know, you hear things and that interests you, that things are going on, but you're quite new to this experience yourself. If you resonate with that, I'm very slowly finding your frequency. And what came over me was all of those. I feel you have people around you who do experience things, and they want to talk about your they want to talk about your mother here, but I'm being very careful. But they want to talk about the family in you guys being, and I'm talking about your family now, and who you're surrounding yourself with. You're so quirky and so cheerful. And so when things does happen, because the spiritual realm, things has been starting to come in, you know. But every time something happens, you make something fun out of it, you know. And I'm thinking about your mother now, But there's also something in that I want to be very careful with. So we're going very slowly here. But I saw this woman who's older than you anyway, and I would put her to being a mother, but it could be someone else. And she's rather skinny. And I see this, she has blonde, for me anyway, was coming through. There's a woman coming through, and she's rather skinny. She's in her, as she's showing to me, 40s. Early 40s, but she's rather, she's experienced things. And she has long, blonde, curly hair coming in. And she's smoking a lot, this person. And she's got this little bit of a raspy voice. She's very skinny. And she's got this quirkiness to her. Where when things happen, she would make a joke, when things were moving about, or you could hear things, or things going off. This is the scenery that is coming to me anyway. I'm not in your frequency as of yet, Dirty Dragon, but I do see this woman, when things happen, and she would go, oh, 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 what, it's oh. And very quirky sides. There's lots of smoking. She wants to talk about her father, but I want to find your frequency. Okay, let's keep her here for now and see where she fits into the picture, and then we'll try to find your frequency, Dirty Dragon. There you are. Okay, so this is probably someone who's been part of your life before, because the picture is changing now. This quirky side of you and what you've been taught, there's some real loneliness in that. I feel you might be missing. Would you resonate, Dirty Dragon, if I said that you will be missing your mother? I'm gonna use it's like it's a whole, it's a riddle, this for me. It's a labyrinth of information, because what is going on here is that there's so many wanting to come closer to you from, as we say, the other side. There's so many wanting to come into, and you being this person having this quirky side but wanting to see things from an easy perspective, as it is easier to just having this little quirky fun side to it, and closing your third eye off because you're so open. If you would sit down and just in a quiet room, and you would sit down on the floor, first off, your instinct would travel to go to this quirky side, this, oh, what's going to happen, a little bit. But then things will start to happen, and if you would let them be what they are, I feel you're being very scared of this. I feel you experience things in life that makes you scared of when you feel you don't have any control. And I think this is something that many of us resonate with. So also why I feel your reading is being a little bit of this cluster for me to to unweave is because you also want to keep that control in the spiritual realm. So you don't want people to know about you. You don't want people to know your secrets, your inner desires. You seem like an open person, but there's so much to you that you would rather not share because you're a private individual. And also now we're going into this reading, it's almost like you, because you are an energy worker, in that you are with energy. You just close that off. But because you have this knowledge subconsciously, you spun this wheel for me as traveling through. There is this labyrinth to finding a way to you because you want to be very private. And usually when people are being very private, when we are being private, we would rather people actually finding us who we are. And in this case, it feels like, yes, of course you want people to pull through, but you also want people to realize that you being a private person is actually who you are. And it feels like people have been so in your face. Does that make any sense to you? Are you still here, my friends? Because I would love to do this with you. Oh, sorry. So we can do this together, you and I. Because when you put traps out, subconsciously for me to fall into, so just to read you wrong, so to speak, is a way for you to keep yourself secure. Because I do see this, you being afraid of, because things has been going on so much around you, and you used to feeling like you're not in control, but you want to focus your life on what you can control. And with spirituality and all of this, you in your subconscious mind, and I know that you hear things, I know that you can experience things when energies are trying to come forth, but you use that quirky side of you, and I do want to draw that to your mother in some way. You learned to, to take that as, because it's not a joke, it's not fun as being a joke, it is just, yep, that's it, and create this relationship to it in a way that makes sense to you. You're very good at creating relationships to things. You will experience things being overwhelming because you do try to create these relationships in that. You're trying to understand. You started out trying to understand everything and not just wanting to learn, but needing to learn. You needed to understand your surrounding. And when you realize how vast the universe is, you started to shut down instead. If this is something that resonates within you, you started to shut down. And so as you are shutting down in order to gain control, you also lose control. So when I was trying to come forth to you, you've laid these traps out subconsciously to mislead me so that you would be safe. But your mother is definitely a part in this, and your relationship to her. They're saying to that woman. It's almost like, and I'm sorry if I go too much in coming too close to you now, but I feel you're opening up. It's almost like we got this little boy who is so afraid of losing his youth, or not youth, his childness, his innocence in a way. I see this little boy who is afraid of losing his innocence, what he's trying to protect. And I'm not just talking in a sexual way, but also in that and in everything that feels like to be a very important part of you. And there's so much barriers put out because of what you've been through, and also the journey that you've taken in your head. You have so much paranoia is a part of everyone's life, right? And we're scared of things. And because you have a fear of the external world, you also integrate that fear into your internal world. And to try to find way to live in this without being just scared, you have this quirkiness, right? And you've established this rational thinking to just lay things down as they are and in their simplest form. Because you knowing how vast, you've realized how vast everything really goes, how deep everything goes and how vast the universe really is. It's so important for you to find your path, or to just, to deal with being you. You usually see with the knowledge of how intricate is coming through, but how confusing it is, and how many different possibilities there are. You found your way of getting through the day to simply take it as being the easiest way, the easiest form possible. And that's how you have learned to survive. In the back of your mind, you always have this critical thinking, this analyzing going on, because you are a very highly intelligent individual, and you got this analyzing going on, and because you've been so open, also spiritually, because if you would take you as your simplest form, if that makes any sense, you would say that you're open. And with that goes everything. There are no barriers between spirituality and rationality. Those you put in afterwards to try to categorize in order to try to make sense of it in the easiest form possible. Is this something that you can feel you resonate with, my friend? I'm gonna work a little with water with you. You are very open, but it also feels like you close things down because you're afraid of the unknown, or you're afraid of the external, that it will hurt the little boy inside. And this might be something that happens subconsciously. But what I want you to know is that because I see this, you taking a few steps, it's like you're counting the steps. And I think you do this subconsciously. I just see you being scared of the place you take in the world because you're scared of being hurt. And this part of you, I think, is something that your parents and people have been dealing with or trying to help you with when you were younger. But it just went into being ordinary. It just went into being a rational way of thinking for you. but I still feel this fear inside of you. And if you do not resonate with that, then don't listen to me. But for me, what is coming through, it is this fear of losing what that boy is carrying inside, or someone coming in and hurts, being hurtful. And I feel this is also why you sometimes get resistance from others of seeing you as being quirky, because you're straightforward. You're not straightforward in that you're straightforward in a categorized way. So you're straightforward in some ways, like how you were talking to me, but it's like you're using that as a shield. You mean it. I'm not saying that you're being dishonest, but it feels like you're using it as a bit of a shield towards that boy inside of you, because you're scared of being hurt. And so when you say something, you do mean it. I'm not saying that like I said, I'm not saying that you're being dishonest, because I felt your energy coming back like, I am honest, I am genuine. But I also feel that you sometimes you do it in a way of shielding yourself, in a way of hiding yourself, at the same time trying to reach out. So why you sometimes get resistance, or why people sometimes, don't seem to have any time. You are a person who work with energy, okay? And I'm not saying work with it as in a profession, but we all affect energy, and we are all energy, and we affect energy. But you affect it in a way that you are directly linked to it. So how you feel when you are not sure of how you are, who you are, that energy will travel through to the person you're talking to. So you might be saying one thing and you mean it, and this is the confusion part, because often people say something and mean something different. You mean what you say, but it's like you're not 100% in it. So that becomes the confusion bit, because we feel you being honest, we feel that you're opening yourself up, but it also feels like you're holding back, but you're not being dishonest with us. And that's where we don't really know where to place you, as we as people need to compartmentalize, just like you do. Does this make any sense, my friend? So when people say that they don't have time, it's about not knowing where to put your intention in meaning. Bowheads, hi, happy Friday. Because you are such an honest person and such an open person, but you're also a very shielded individual. And so that is I'm looking at what we can do, we can think about in this, and how we can work with it. And I think what they're telling me is that it's important just to realize this about yourself. You make an impression. When people say they don't have time, does not mean they don't remember you or they don't keep you in their minds. It's how they are going to handle your intention, or how to find your intention. So what could be good is to think about this in interaction with others, and to not just be honest, but also really put that forward. I mean this, you know. I am genuinely asking this. So I'm just looking for a practical example, because sometimes when people get that, it's sometimes, you know, you're saying this for the reason of you not meaning it. So I'm just trying to see how we can move past that. I think it has to come down to, I think it has to come down to patience, because you do make an impression. So I think what you need to do is to let people have that space. If they don't answer you straight away, give them a little time. I think that is your karma, or that is what your lesson in life. People don't leave just because you ask them not to. Yeah. Not everyone you ask not to leave will leave you. So in your energy, you don't have to ask us not to leave you. Just say, hi, this is me. And many people will come back to you and will say, hey, for an example of me, you and I would probably have gotten back to you, say 2 weeks on. I would get back to you and said, hey, you sent me a message a while back. I'm sorry I haven't replied. How are you? And this is not to hurt you, but this is rather to bring forth the transparent genuinity in the relationships you surround yourself with. The thing is, you are not alone. You got other people around you that has been taking this time, you know. It takes time to form relationships, no matter what description. So what they're telling me is that enjoy the people you do have around you. And when you're seeking out new interaction, I'm not just saying new people completely, but you know, when you want to start a new chapter, take a new breath with someone, and they all of a sudden feel they don't have time, when that happens, and I'm not talking in a romantic way or in any way, just when when you feel you have this new energy in your life, when you feel you are in a new set of energy, and then people seem not to have any time for you, let it take that time that it needs, because those who come back to you, and also because this happened in periods, you will have, whilst you're waiting, or not even waiting, but whilst this person is processing the interaction, the other one, will come in from another space and say, hey. And I think you've been through this before. I think you experienced this before, when they're talking about a period of 5 years, someone wouldn't, talk to you, and all of a sudden they re-enter, or they come back in. The lesson in this also is that it's okay to do the same towards others. Because you're so in tune with energy and energy frequencies, and also shut off towards it, you need to take time. And I know that we would love to just do this now, to just do this, have it happen right now. But the lesson for you is that it needs to take time. It is what's coming through. And it's beautiful just the way it is. And you don't have to wait for it. It's this waiting, it's this protecting yourself, being scared and wait. You don't have to do that. Be in what you actually got. Who you are. And as more genuine you can be in what you feel and who you are, and not trying to shield it away. Just say, I am a private person, I will shield certain things away, but with time I will open up. If you can be transparent in that, more people will stay. And no matter if they do or not, they're still with you in the experience of that interaction. If that makes any sense, my friend. So I think what you needed to hear today, no one is mad at you for being you. Just let yourself be you, and let people know who you are. Yeah, that one is good. No one is mad at you for being you. Just let yourself be you. Does that feel okay? And there's loads of confusion, emotion towards this mother figure. But I feel you know what that is about. And as to say you're not, it will come to you. Just breathe, my friends. And I hope that this community can help you with some peace and tranquility. And right here, right now, you are you, and you are beautiful. Also, you can worry beforehand. You often worry afterwards you've done something. You worry if you should not have done that, but you also worry whilst doing it. So if you worry about something, then put also that into it. Decide, should I be doing this or not? And if I feel I want to do this, but I'm worried how they will react, make them know that. Bring that with. I am this kind of person and I feel like this. Just be you. if you can, I want you to come back on Tuesday. We stream quite early on Tuesday, but next week. But I would love you to come back on Tuesday, and I want to do a healing for you then. But I want to, what we've now started, I want to have that process for you. Because there's loads of information, but you know all of this inside somewhere. But I want it to go the long way. I want it to take time, the safe way around, so we can process it. And then I want to continue on Tuesday or next week or next time you join. And if you'd rather this be a process you and I go through together, just you and I, then just contact me as you've done. Because this is something I want to help you with, helping yourself. And that is being secure of who you are. Because there's so much confusion, and on that we put a little bit of a lid, and then we're not really sure which hand we're putting forth. You are an empath who's shut down, and that will always be confusing. So let it take the time that it takes. You are beautiful the way you are. Of course, my friend. You could really work with energy if you wanted to. You're very in tune with frequencies. And if it just comes in the case of, these different stories, fantasy and sci-fi, then it all takes its way. But no matter, you're beautiful the way you are. Oh, and they're saying, if you want to teach others, the most beautiful thing you can do is to, the saints, teach yourself. So I guess staying curious, I hope this was okay. Thank you for letting me give you that. I think that it was a lot coming in the frequency as well. That will be processed subtly for you. And I hope we can give you something. Thank you so much for being you. And just know you don't have to come back here in order to live your life. But we love it if you do. And if you do, there is something that I want to continue doing with you. But if not, enjoy, The most beautiful teacher is you. The confusion will last, but we will start to understand it. Actually, it won't last. It will just turn into something new. You too, my friend. Thank you. I'm gonna read chat now. I have, there's been loads going on. Bowen has joined, and Tara, hi. Let's see what's going on. Morning, Tara. But, the final workday for the berry. Oh, looking forward to sharing more. Yay! Please do. And guys, you who's not on Discord, come on over. If not for me, for us, look at Boet's work. It's so beautiful. Yeah, you have 2 more projects lined up for after this. Paid commission work. See what happens. Have you ever gotten a healing from me, Boet? Oh yeah, you've been joining on the healing, right? Hmm. Thank you so much, Dirty Dragon. You've joined in, yeah. It's so beautiful. People that have experienced that after joining in different healings. People have come to me and said that, things are opening up for them also externally. So things are happening in their lives that have been stagnant before. And however that is, whatever it is that does that makes it happen. If it's a movement of energy that just make room for new things to happen, or if it is your own feeling of, no matter being it a placebo or not, your feeling of feeling better, that probably has you, look for other things and opening your perspective. But it is so beautiful hearing people. It's several times now that clients come to me and said, these things are happening in my life that never happened before I went to you. And it's beautiful. But I do believe that everything comes from within ourselves. I'm just so happy if I can lend a hand to open the door, or to, just reflect. Do a mirroring effect on that door that you can open within yourself. You're impressed with yourself for even applying for the project. That was a huge leap for me. Yeah. If I may, I'm super proud of you as a fellow human being. I realized even if I said no, I still would have completed something that felt impossible the day before. Yeah. It brings me so much warmth to hear that. So hear this, It's wonderful. I'm so happy. You are also up for a transference or a reading, Ballet. I'm just gonna check. Did I say your name, Packet Christ? No, I didn't. Maybe I did subconsciously, but I didn't intend to. Oh, did someone say my name? I hope we can bring some joy to you today. Echo! It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. I believe it is yours next, but oh, Lock and Key. Yeah, have you seen it? Have you seen Lock and Key? Because I have. The echo thing. Yeah. Oh, you only watch Twitch, don't TV. It's the kind of new TV. I know a few channels that I follow that it's almost turning into TV, television. They got these different, commercial breaks, of course, but they also got this, up next, and here is this and this, and it's just interesting. It is on Netflix, yeah. That's where I saw it. Okay. Poets, inner tooth person. It was a nightmare child. My parents couldn't sit in front of the TV. Here I'm present, yeah. I want to talk about poets. I want to talk about your relationship to your boyfriend, if that is okay. Because I feel that is the only thing that is a little bit hesitant within you regarding these projects. At the same time, I feel you do get this support, but it feels like you're a little bit... What feels is the only thing that is holding you back, and you're not held back, but what is holding you a little bit, a little bit held back still, is your different relationships. And I'm not bringing this up in order to say, oh, think about this, now you come so far, but you can't go any further, come back. That's not what I'm meaning. What I mean to say, I want to push you out of this as well. I want you to know that what they are saying is that what is coming through is that you can be even more honest. Is coming through. But it is okay for you, also in your different relationships, to be even more honest in your work. And in your workflow. Because when you feel you can be, and they're being very, 100%, of course you can't be 100%, but when you feel you can be with it, and that you can be honest within your workflow, you can also then open up to hear what they have to say. So it's to open up the communication between the two. You have 2 entire rooms upstairs that you could be using for crafting. They're just a mess because you've been neglecting the place. I had intended to use them as workspaces, but then before this last project happened. Yeah. So, are you afraid of taking too much space? And then you have to decide on, this is what I actually, this is it now. This is what I do. And then I have to make this work. And in order for it to take up space, it also has to be right. It feels like you're on this right and wrong still. And I feel that every day. It's the same for me. With this company, it doesn't pay the bills. Definitely not. Because it is a mountain I have to climb. But I have this privilege of doing this because of the work that my fiance puts in. And it's a privilege. But I do resonate with you in this, and I know that we've spoken a little bit before, so I'm sorry if I go into private details, but this does feel like the only thing that is holding you back still. Thank you, Steph's to across the main floor has in both of us. I know the clutter takes a bigger toll on him than it does me. He and I talked about donating some furniture that isn't being used. I need to just get off my butt and take things out of the house. He too has interests, He too has hobbies. And you have 2 rooms that are cluttered, right? You said, why not take one each and have your own little... You know what? You need a cuddle room. It's coming through. You need to create a space and the living room where it's nothing but just a beautiful room where you can interact, just you and him, because you need more. As so many can resonate with, I feel you need this space where you can just look one another in the eye, because there's so much other stuff going on. And I know this is for so many of us. We do, even when we sit next to each other, we do so many other things. And even if we not do a lot of other things, you know, even if we just sit, there's so much things going on in our heads. I want you guys to create this space where you can sit opposite one another and just look at one another in the eye, because I feel this is something you resonate with. I feel this is something you've done before, but you somehow not taking the step to come back to it. This is something you know well what I'm talking about, and it's something that is a little bit of I come back to this needle inside again, but it's in a little bit of a twist, you know, because you had this, you know this, you know what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying bring into this spiritual realm, that's not what I'm saying. I just say time to know each other, not get to know each other, but to know each other, and to just be there. Is this too personal? I'm sorry if it is. You really stepped up with the housework since I've been so busy with crochet. I was surprised I didn't even have to ask. No, because he can see that you're in your workflow, but you can be even more honest with it. And he's got some brilliant, you know, ideas how to support you in what you do. And in his own, you know, because he's found a way to work around himself, if that makes any sense, to put the wires in his head to work in what he wants to do. He wants to do this now for you, or he wants you to be able to do this. So he's got some things that he's got some knowledge or ideas in how to make you feel better than you say you do. And if you feel you can be honest in the workflow and be, you know, even more honest, that's coming through over and over again, that you can be in your workflow and allow yourself to be there, that you will then also open up to hear what he has to say, because there's some very important topics that it should be good for you to, I'm not going to say to listen to, but to keep in mind, because it has to do with your health. And I resonate with this. The less work we have, the more stressed we are. And the more work we do, the less stressed we are. But then we become exhausted in other ways. And we start to miss believing in ourselves, even if we do believe in ourselves. And that's where we go out and say, hey guys, you know, this happened. Can you please tell me how beautiful this is? Because I feel it, but I need to hear it so that I have a reason to be still in it. And boy, have you got a reason. What you do is amazing. That you allow yourself to do this. You can be honest in it. And when you are, you can also open up to him. I'm being very tough loved. There's some tough love here today with these readings. Also yesterday. It's very, you know, like this right now. But I feel that's what we all need, you know. Just straighten our backs. This is what we want to do. We have the means to do it, and we have the support behind us, let us acknowledge that support, and let us acknowledge that support within ourselves. You know? So yeah, you need this space for just the two of you. And you need this space for you to do your work. And he needs his space for him to do his work. I feel it has a lot to do with, it feels like a lot with computers, always just sitting there for him. Anyway, you need your different spaces and you need a space to come together. So tough love, but it's also the last, it's the last little step. It's what is holding you back. So this with family and being, feeling a little bit judged, or not judged, but, judged before. It feels like if you just can be honest with him and in your space and have this, opening the communication channel up between the two of you and have this, you can sit on the floor with these, I see these beautiful pillow chairs, and you sit on the floor just looking at each other and allow yourselves to be in that moment. And when feelings come up, if it feels strange to sit here, if it feels uncomfortable, then to talk about it. And then sit there until you both can smile. And I've been doing so because you laugh a lot, the two of you. But I want you to come back to this neutral ground. He better get a new desk just this week for the computers, yeah. And you've been reluctant to work upstairs mostly because it feels like you are isolating yourself, yeah. But I feel that feeling is because when you are together, you're more together than most couples, I can say, emotionally, but it doesn't feel all the way. It's still all these different things that are distracting us. And for so many of us, this is true. So if we feel we have this space where it could just be us and this time and this open channel where we can listen to what he has to say, because he wants what's best for you, of course. He's got some beautiful ideas about how to help your health so that you can feel even better. So if you can stand on your own 2 feet in your workflow and say, yeah, you can also open up the communication, and then you'll have space to work and you'll have space for one another. And when you have space for one another, you will feel less isolated because you know that that exists. Does that make any sense? So all I wanted to give you today, all that is this final push that when you can create these spaces and just put in schedule time for yourself, for your work, and for you, for the two of you, what can stop you? This is giving you so much emotional strength. Just remember, it's okay to be stressed. It's okay to be sad. All of those emotions, every emotion is okay. It's part of it. But this is giving you such a beautiful foundation. So please, I'm sorry, not to say please, but for yourself, the final push, you know? Let's have fun. Let's do this. If I could, I would love to fly on over and help you with creating these spaces, you know? You've got this within yourself. Do it together. And do it for both of you. And boy, do you have a stable foundation to stand on then. And the work will come in even more. And when it does start to ebb out, when it starts to, you know, it dries up for a little bit, the work coming in, I want you to be able to sit down also in this space and just with something hot to drink and just sit and breathe and look up. I see this, you know, if you sit down, you will be able to see out through a window. And I see how you can follow the sun. Is this something that you do? As it moves over the sky. And it's something that fascinates you, I feel. How the lighting is affecting the sky. It's something I see, maybe something that you did before. Bring that back in a way that is possible for you. It's a nice view from the craft room here. I see this calm and just watching the sun, you know, move. Or we are the one moving, depending on how you look at it. But to see this beautiful light, you know, to focus on that, because that brings you inwards. Light, that is something you can think about. Light is important to you, but you know, I mentioned the stars in the first reading you got. Light is important to you. And this is also how you work with energy. With crystals, I understand that. It's how the frequency and light travels through. So accept this with yourself and make it something that you can think of. You need these different light sources, and I talk about natural lights. That's when you shine. We all need lights, but you have a special connection to lights, I feel. This frequency that makes these beautiful rainbow colors. And I do bring that to the crystals as well. It feels like you want to look, I think you said before, that you see through the crystals and you imagine yourself being inside of it. When I see you look at something, I see you see the different layers of it. And what is allowing you to do that is your natural ability to follow the light, it feels like. Your best friend is in each other pictures of sunsets. Oh, that's beautiful. It is important, and I feel it brings you calm. So now go create this and go have fun. And just know when we feel human, you know, exhausted, tired, a little bit ill, stressed out, when all of this is not there, it's still there within. It's also an expression, you know, it's a way, it's an outlet. Every emotion is. And I feel with light, you can reflect upon what that resonates with within yourself. And yes, I feel we have someone else watching also who resonates with this. A nurse, perhaps, I feel. I want to talk about Josephine, but it could be someone else. But whoever it resonates with, take what resonates. But for you, Beloved, truly, that's a little push. Now go do this. You are beautiful the way you are, and you can be honest in your workflow. And in that, open up the communication to also listen to what he has to say in honesty. But he might say it more in doing than talking. So meet each other. Yeah? Does that feel okay? You wrote out some notes during the reading, almost like automatic writing, because the handwriting isn't mine. Yeah. Thank you for that. I know this is what is happening this weekend. Yeah. That automatic handwriting, you have got an energy with you who is, I saw coming through as well. And I want to call it being a fairy of light. Whatever that energy is, it's someone who's absolutely beautiful. I'm thinking about your godmother here, actually. I'm thinking about a lady who I'm trying to see if she was close to you, or it feels like she was intended to have a role in your life that was planned out and then she passed. She's calling herself being an auntie, but she feels like a godmother almost. I've been told multiple times my guides fill the room, but honestly I don't have names for them. Yeah, I think you fill the room with light as well. It just feels like, if you resonate with it, it just feels like something that is truly with you, the light. But yeah, I do see this lady who was part of your life, and she was around different, lot of children, not too many, but some children. I think we're talking about children between 5 and 7 years of age. She could have been a teacher, but it doesn't feel like she was. This feels like more in a family relation. My godmother is someone I dressed as on. She ended up moving away from her family and she passed earlier than anyone expected. Okay. That makes sense then. I believe she is the one with you. You got many, but as I was talking about the lights, she came through. And thank you for explaining it to me. Why she would say it's a godmother and aunt. Thank you. She is with you. I think that was what needed to come through. And she's saying that this automatic writing, you should do that more often, but not too often, because they will challenge you into seeing who you are. If that makes any sense, you need to trust your own intuition in it. Oh, Tara, thank you so much for the host. Thank you. Hi, guys. So that is what I feel wanted to come through today. Does that feel okay? You're hoping your friend comes in, easy way for her to find you. Thank you. Your friend, it feels like someone who has trouble eating due to a lot of stress. There's also some, I see why you would want her to come here. Beautiful. Thank you, Bert, as always. So I was trying to diet, yeah. Thank you, Bert. I'm just gonna take a sip of coffee, guys. Your godmother, so thrilled that you finally know she's there. Sorry about it. I know you always felt her. She's so happy to be able to be there. But it's also this, how much you're letting someone else come through. They will test you. They're a little bit, to trust your intuition. But she's there and she loves you. There's so much love. I always assumed it was my dad's adopted mom. It could be as well, but who was coming through today with the light? It's definitely your godmother. But definitely, your dad's adopted mom could definitely be there as well. I feel she's a little bit more. She has a little bit more of a old-fashioned moral. So she's coming in with more nurturing. I got such a weird accent. I don't know what happened. Nurturing way. They're both very nurturing, but she's more of a, nurturing. Whilst the godmother, she comes in as more of a just warm embrace. Izzy Coburn, thank you for following. Welcome to our community. How are you, my friends? Your friend's daughter? Yeah, I thought so. Hi, Izzy. Oh, here we got some energy. Energetic person. Hope, hey-yo. How many projects are you up to today, Izzy? How are you doing? Half of it is here. How are you, my friend? There is something coming in for you, Izzy. If that would be okay that I share with you. It's rather personal, but it's also rather general, but it is something that I want to give you. Would that be okay, Izzy? Tara, do you think it would be okay for me to share? If I'm being careful. So, Izzy, about your speech and how you talk, they want to tell you that people do understand you, even when you feel they don't. I'm seeing if there's something in another way I could phrase that, but no. About your speech, people do understand you. Just breathe, okay? Something that I wanted to come through. Just that. If there's anything that you resonate with, it's with love, my friend. It's with love. And if you ever would want to talk to someone, I'm always here. But you know what you want to do. So go ahead and do it. But courage. You got it. Thank you for letting me give you that. I'm just gonna have a little bit of a sip of coffee. I saw Peg Rice, you wanted to know about the meal. I don't remember the name of the food you were going to eat. It was a cream puffy or a cream puff. It was good. We went into this beautiful little rustic, is that the word I'm looking for? Cafe. And I went after the counter and said, is it true yet that you do gluten-free cream puffs? And she said, yep. And I went, yes. It was really good. But I usually want to have them with warm milk, and so we had some latte to drink too, or with it. So I would dip the puff in the latte. It was delicious. Guys, I want to head up for a quick bathroom break, if that's okay. And then I'm just gonna see here. Blondie, you're next with the reading. Ooh. I'm just gonna check if there's anyone else who is here. No, you're up, Blondie. But I'm just gonna go for a quick bathroom break and I'll be right back. I hope that's okay, and you can entertain yourself among yourselves, I hope. I'll be right back, my friends, and then we'll go for another 1.5 hours, somewhere around there. Okay, see you very soon. I'll be right back. See you. Hi guys, I'm back. Hang on, I'm just gonna see if yeah, okay. Are you you putting the work out for bumpers, are you guys? And I don't come with those, if you come with these different suggestions, he will get right to it. How you guys been? It was a popular time to go to the loo, apparently. All the toilets are occupied. How you doing? Blondie, I think I said before I left. I really knew that, thank you. It was important that it came through. Or it was important, yeah. I felt it was an important thing, so thank you. Truly. We are all different, we're all unique, and we all just try to find a way around life, right? Thank you. We're all beautiful the way we are. And it's really important to, or it's beautiful that we sometimes we need a third eye perspective, you know? So I'm gonna check over Rook and Frederick. Are you here? Any of you? I'm gonna check. I learned how to check who's here, you know? No? Okay. Blondie, you are here. Are you by the screen? Hello from Canada. Hi. Hi from Sweden. How are you, Babu? Blondie, are you here, my friends? There you are. Are you ready for your reading, Blondie? What happened to your studies, my friend? What happened? It's been a long while since we last spoke. There it is. What happened? What happened? What happened to the plans? What happened? Let's say life. What happened? Let's see. What do we need for you, my friends? If you still want your reading, I'm gonna work with nature today. What happened, Blondie, with everything? It feels like something changed, you know? Makes you sad and happy. I love the sound of your voice. Thank you, Babu. Welcome to our little corner. I hope you enjoy your stay. Yeah, it feels like things just changed, Blondie. What happened? Don't know, life comes through. Let's see. What are we gonna do with you, my friends? Okay, so this reading is about patterns. Let's see. Yeah, okay. It's about when we are ready to go into something new and we really, put ourselves out there and we do the work. And then, almost like with what we talk about with bowheads, but you really put yourself into this because this is something that also changed your surrounding. I feel like I talked about with you about studying before, and I feel you've moved yourself, somewhere, and you're going into it, and then you're in it and then it feels like old habits are holding you aback a little. So they just want to know today, Blondie, for you to ask yourself, what happened to all the plans? What happened? What happened? And it doesn't have to be in a bad way, but they feel you're limiting yourself somewhat due to your old habits. And they just want to know what happened. That's coming out, it's coming over and over and over again. And the thing is, it doesn't feel negative. It just feels different. So they don't want to ask you that question because they are talking about holding back, but not necessarily because of your choices, but to own your choices, as so many of us can resonate with. It just feels like, oh, you're on this new path, and it doesn't feel like you're owning it. I don't know if we can ever feel 100%, but it feels like with you, there's this, like just like with the reading I did for Poet, it feels like all habits are holding you back. You feel ill. Because I feel this confusion with you. In the choices that you made, is this confusion of they want you to do this work by yourself. So all they want to give you today is the question, what happened? And not what happened, why are you doing this? Or not what happened, but what happened? And I want you to go back and write it down for yourself. What happened? And it doesn't have to be not just negativity and not just the positivity, but all of it. Blondie, what happened? And I want you to look at it and to really to have it come out. Because why things are happening is because you're not sure in yourself. And so many resonate with this. But I fear why you're also confused is that there are two different processes, going on at the same time. There's the outward life and there's the inner life, as it is for every one of us. But it feels, in your case, this feels particularly prompt because you made such big changes in the outward life, and now you're trying to understand yourself in the inwards, in what is going on inside. And that process has been slowly working itself around from the backside, so taking the long while. And because you feel this, I think what happened was that you didn't let yourself, because I know when I spoke to you last, I believe it was you, right? Who you were going off to study, and you had this feeling from being misjudged as a child or with your parents. It was a tough realization to handle. And I said, I want you to focus on this study, right? And now it feels like you never really, because you want to know where the emotional struggle comes from, but you don't feel enough stability because of the emotional struggle, you go around in a circle thinking that the external visualization will help you realize your internal ways, or so what this has come up to now, and I understand you feel ill and I feel this confusion, and what this has come up to or led to we want you to sit down. Just leave all the I'm being tough again. This is tough love week today. Or this week today. Just sit down and leave all the bullshit and take a piece of pen and paper. I know nothing is bullshit. I know you have this feeling of everything is there for a reason. I want you to sit down, take a piece of pen and paper, and I want you to write down, Blondie, and be honest with yourself. What happened? And I want you to write it all down. No matter what the teacher would say if they saw it, or me, or whoever it might be. It doesn't matter. I want you to get it out so that you can look at it and say, hi. I want you to meet your internal struggle on paper. Or at least create this channel so that you can see, because you're looking so much for answers, but you don't know the question. So I'm asking the question, what happened? And I want you to just write it all down. And then I want you to meet it, to greet it, as we always say. And be there with it. This is you. Whatever is laid there in front of you, it's you. And however long it takes to get it out, doesn't matter. It's just an outlet that I feel is so important for you to have. So stop looking. So many can resonate with this, guys, you watching. Stop looking and start listening. And with that, I mean to yourself. What happened? And I want you to be honest. I don't want you to feel like you have to with all the moral behind what you write and all the... I'm just gonna lower the music somewhat. Sorry guys, it's so loud for me. And what's not, I just want you to lay it out there, because it's there. It doesn't matter how much you try to shield it, because you're in it. So just let it out for yourself. Meet it, face it. It's just you. Stop searching and start listening. Okay, Blondie. And then comes this tea. I just see this tea. And with this creative side of yours. I think I talked about this with you before, right? With the storytelling. Bring it out there, Blondie. But first off, what I'm trying to say is, when you laid it all out and it just looks like a big smug, or a big, not smug, sorry, well maybe, for some it could look like a smug. When it's just a big blob, a black blob of tentacles that the clusters can look like, because that's what I do in my healing, right? We give attention to it because that's all it wants, and see what is it really. And what I can tell you, when you see this big smudge, that's not all of you, that's just part of you. So give it the attention it deserves just as much as the rest of you. And that is your love. And what I see creativity, I see ingenuousness in, coming up with ideas. I see the quirkiness. I started to love that word. And I see someone being emotionally invested in your own and in that other's life. I see a sensitive, emotional being who just wants to meet themselves. So let yourself do just that. You are beautiful, Blondie. So start listening to yourself. Because no one else will tell you what you will tell you. And when it all looks dark, just remember, the light is the reason you can see the dark. I believe in you. Does this make any sense to you, Blondie? Just do it, girl. You can do this. Just do it. You're beautiful the way you are. It's Tough Love Week today. And Blondie, you too. Let go of the bullshit and just meet you. And as always, meet it, create it, and thank it. And then let go of the struggle. And not letting go of the struggle meaning you cannot struggle anymore. No, take the struggle in hand. Let go of the feeling you have to spit on it. It's part of you. And I know I've said this to you so many times. It's love, my friends. So, sit down, take a pen and paper. And Blondie, I wonder, can you write me what happened? And however long it takes, meet it. Give it that attention that it so desperately deserves. And let it be there with you. You ended up in hospital, yeah. Stop trying to search for getting away, ways of getting away from yourself. Just be you. Okay? What happened? That is the that there, right there. You've already answered with a couple of lines, you know? You got a big change, ended up in hospital, you got all these things, very ill. I want you to, that is part of it. Put all those down. And then what's behind that? What's going on? Because there's also a very emotional part of this. What happened, Blondie? And just write it down and meet it. Because it's just you. And with that, hopefully, there will come some answers or some words you can listen to from within yourself. I know there are several of you who's listening who can resonate with when we start mistreating our bodies, when we just want to ignore our bodies. And our way of showing it outward that we do not ignore it is by overdo it. But I'm moving more into an reading now. But Blondie, with love, What happened? And I'll be so happy if I see you here again. And I hope that these streams can, and this little community, I saw you joined on Discord as well. I hope this little community can help you by sending you peace and tranquility and bubbles of joy, because we do all deserve them, and they do live in each and every one of us. Try it, Blondie. What happened? I would like to perform a projective healing or an astral projection to you. And I would just simply want to bring you a bubble of joy. And I want to come forth and place it right here. Opening up by your temples and just placing it on your forehead and let it travel in to spreading your body. Could I do that? Would that be okay for you? Would that be okay, Blondie? I'm just waiting for your reply, my friend. If you are still here. I'm just gonna check. Blondie, you should still be here. Would it be okay if I did this? Blondie? I'm still here, my friend. Would it be okay if I did a astral projection, giving you just a bubble of joy? Would that be okay if I came through? Okay. So I'm just gonna bring some energy up. And if you feel like it, oh, you can focus on this flame. I'm just gonna have to move it a little bit. Okay. I'm just gonna bring some energy up. Here's the swing again. Did I talk to you about the swings before? It's coming back again. Okay. And I want to fill this bubble with just childhood, but there's a joyous past with some swings, with some laughter, just with joy. I want to change the perspective. I want to bring in the beauty in what made you be you. And I know when you look at things now, the situation, being you is not good. But my friend, you are you. And I think you are just perfect the way you are. So I'm just gonna put all those joyous bits, and hopefully you will slowly be able to see them, also you, to bring you forward to shine. You are. And I hope with the process, very slowly, you can be able to see it. Okay? Just trust me, my friend. And I know it's really effing tough. This is just you. Okay? So I'm coming through. I'm just gonna find you. And however you feel, hi there. We're almost shaking. It's malnutrition. It's okay, my friend. Let me come forth. This is not something I give to you so you can feel even more stressed in having to think certain ways. No. I just want you to be you. And I just want to bring this little bubble of what can help, what can be, and what is. It will take the slow process in a way that is comfortable to you. So I'm just very slowly. It's okay, my friend. I'm shaking, okay? Just taking one hand on each side of your head. Hi. Hi, my friends. Just to help you breathe, okay? We're just bringing the bubble up. It's okay. It's okay. And slowly, very gently, just breathe in and out. There. There it is. I'm just gonna put some warmth on your aura. Hi. Okay. Just some warmth to help you heal. To help aid with the help that you already get. Okay. And since this is pain, I'm gonna put a little feather, I usually do, and I'm just gonna place it by your ear to try to help, to feel a little lighter. Okay. There you go. Thank you, Blondie. Can I give you a hug? Would it be okay? I'm feeling with the old energy, yes. I just want to see if you can type to me if it would be okay if I give you a hug at the end. I'm staying with you. I can feel the energy saying yes, so I'm just gonna give you a hug, okay? Okay. And I'm moving out now. Thank you, Blondie, for letting me give you that. That's what I wanted to give you today. Okay. Fabian wants a hug. A 20-minute hug would be acceptable. Maybe you can see this stream as a hug, my friend. But I can definitely come forth to you as well. Would you want that, Fabian? Of course, Blondie. Thank you for letting me give you that. I hope we can give you some love and tranquility. And once again, Blondie, what happened with love? With love. Does that feel okay? The only thing which is not so cool about being single, no hugs and cuddles. Oh. Hugs to you, yeah. I would like to do a astral projection to you too, Fabian. Would that be okay for you? Would you feel comfortable with it? Thank you, Blondie. Of course. I have no idea what will happen, but of course. No, you don't have to do anything, my friend. Just breathe in and out. With you, I definitely want to use some water though. Okay. So Fabian, take your coffee. Yeah. There you are. Okay, I found you. I'm coming through. And whatever you experience is your way of experiencing. Okay. There. I'm here. I'll be very gentle and do this very carefully. And I do not wish to scare you. I'm just gonna stand here for a little while, okay? I'm gonna put my hand on your shoulder carefully. Okay. I'm gonna take my other hand. And I'm just gonna wait for you to breathe. I'm just waiting for you, my friend. Are you here, my friend? Just type in chat and I'll continue. You are okay. Beautiful. So slowly. I'm just gonna bring you some warmth. Over your chest now. Down your arms. Just some warmth. I give you a hug? I'll give you a hug. Okay. It's okay to be nervous. Okay. Thank you. I'm just gonna activate your aura a little and just bring you peace, joy, and some bubbles. I'm just gonna open up to get some crystal lights for you. I'm gonna do this from over the top of your head and letting it travel down your body, outside of your body, and in. Okay. Slowly just putting it over. And breathe in. And there it is. Beautiful. Some bubbles. Thank you. I'll leave now. How was that, my friends? Mm. It's okay, however little you notice, if anything, it's okay. It's your way. But I hope that it can provide you with some joy and some love. And as always, I'm so glad having you here. If not this, just I hope that by anything we can give you something back. I should have sessions where I travel around, in chat and just travels and gives hugs. But too much astral projection really spins my head. Right on the edge of believing and feeling on one side and being a little bit skeptical and closed on the other side. But it was a nice experience, yeah. But you are as close as you need to be. And I can feel that, this being on both ends, and so am I. I know it sounds weird, but I'm also in this in between. I know that it works, but I'm in between, however mythical or spiritual it is, and however scientific and logical. It's all the same because everything is under the sky, right? But I'm thinking it could be energy as in electricity, as in frequencies, and what we do now is not as much me traveling through in energy form, but rather with my voice or attitude and the music, and having you experience something that is from within you. But at the same time, I do experience traveling through, and I see this, I experience it, and so I'm on both sides. And what is so fascinating to me is when yesterday my client, who's also a bit skeptical but open, after a healing session explained to me how they would feel things happening, sounds in specific areas, cramps in others, and feeling of things leaving their body. They can physically feel it, and they explained to me what they felt as what I was doing, what I saw in fifth dimension. So I do work in this way. I pull clusters out and take them from out the body and they would say to me, I felt something leaving the body. And then I would collect some clusters that are deeply seated within us. So addictions, for example, obsessions, can really be like tentacles over the body, and I would have them come to loosen the grip and got collected in one particular area of the body, where I would just then remove it. And they explained to me that in this area, and they said this before I could explain what I've been doing, they said I felt it be so, it was like, it was really this cramp, and it was almost hard to breathe, and it was hard, because this was, I can share, this was over the chest area, and they said it felt almost like the heart was, having a trouble pumping. It was such a feeling, and they said this was at this time in the reading, around there, or in the healing. And I would say to them that that's when I gathered the cluster up before removing it throughout your mouth. And they could say these things, how they felt certain things that I saw for my fifth dimensional eye. Now, that being manipulation in me, talking in a way that have them feel certain things, or maybe how they registering, although they can't see me, registering my movements logically and having it go from there, or and getting this conclusion, or me actually working with energy as in frequencies, as in more the spiritual form and way. I am on both sides, and I am also up for this being just a placebo effect. But if it is, whatever it is, I'm as open to it being placebo as I am open to it being, angels. And whatever it is, it seems to be working, like I say, and I'm just so grateful being able to provide this, to be here, to work with this. But I see where you're coming from, because however weird it sounds, I'm in a similar position. No? I'm gonna read now, sorry. That's also the reason why I mostly don't participate in your energy readings, because I'm not, if I can be in a state which you can work with, and so I focus more on the things I'm good in, humor, helping others, and listen to them, etc. Yeah. I like explanation of clusters with energy work. This is how I visualize when performing energy healing. It's something that I've started to work with, to pull these emotional clusters out of the body. It's something that is fairly recent to me, but it's something that I start working with. Yeah. But Sarah, that I believe in your abilities even when my mind is not. I try to split my thoughts into my personal ones to you, which are very warm and positive, and my more rational thoughts about life. Yeah. I hope you can understand what I mean. It's so hard to tell exactly what I feel and mean. No, if it is true about my twin, and if it is not, then that being part of me, but no matter, that part of me or my twin is very rationally thinking and very scientifically, he has a very scientific point of view, and is telling me in my head that he does not believe in it to be working. And so I'm dealing with that every day, whether that being part of me, having this conflict, or someone external. I totally get where you're coming from, so don't worry, my friend. It's just so beautiful having you here. You're amazing at what you do. Thank you, Tara. Turquoise, do you need to be in a meditative state in order to access the Akashic Library, or you can do it like as you are in this precise moment? For me, I can do it now. I have not meditated in order to start this session, in order to stream. I do nothing. I just sit there. And I've spoken about this before, that I never see things in my third dimensional eye, so in 3D. I never experience energy in spiritual energy or whatever it is, but these energies I don't experience before my eyes. I see them in the fifth dimension. And because of this, I believe it could be that I am constructed in such a way that when I reach into the fifth dimension, I don't need to be in this meditative state, because that's another part of my brain, maybe. And in that, I can reach the Akashic archives, if that makes any sense. That's how it works for me, but I would love to be able to see things in 3D, you know. I know someone just joined and went, "What? You see in 2D?" But, you know, I spoke to someone just now, just today, that started to see energy, so as what we call ghosts, so people who've passed, and they start to see it in 3D, and I would love to be able to do that, but I think it's part of my way of survival, and to keep my brain somewhat clear, or not being scared of, you know, mudding everything up. That I have this it's like a different area in my brain that I could just tap into, and so there I could also reach the Akashic archives, among others. No, of course, Fabian, and thank you for your understanding and for you being here. It means so much, you know, coming from different perspectives. So important. It's the best thing I know. Quite surprised. I know a lot of energy workers normally do meditation or sort of ritual before they work with energy. Yeah, many do, and I'm a little bit sad that I don't, but it's the truth. I don't meditate. And it's the same with, you know, with my telepathic system and our communication. It's like my brain is compartmentalized, it feels like. And so I have different rooms that I can put my foot in, you know, and just gain that or that. And, you know, just that's my normal state of mind, my normal state of being, I guess. And that's also why it has been so difficult for me, I believe, to learn to shut down. But yeah, I compartmentalize it in such a way that I close doors and open them in my brain, it feels like. So yeah, although it's a little bit, you know, difficult to talk about, because I feel, oh, as an energy worker, you should meditate and you should, you know, come down to this. I think it all has to do with focus, and I believe my way of focusing is to compartmentalize different areas in my brain. Maybe you really can do it naturally. Yeah, it comes natural to me. Yeah, it's part of my everyday life. This is who I am always. But I can choose to not be in that, not tap into that part. But that also means that I can switch back and forth. And that's probably how I do this astral projections, awake. And I can still be here at the same time traveling to somewhere else, which is usually a room in between the two bodies of ours. And so, yeah, because usually we see people, or I'm not sure actually, but I've heard about people who do astral projection while being asleep. And that really interests me. But for me, I do it now. And I tap into that, you know, that wavelength in my brain. And so that is why I can be sat here controlling chats, more or less, or, you know, reading chats, and also travel to different locations. Because that's just how my brain is wired. You've been activated. Project Nali, hi. Oh, I'm so happy seeing you. How are you doing, my friend? I guess just close the door. Yeah, that's what I do. And it's like, that's how it works in the system as well. You know, if one of us is working, we just close the door. And so you can really be stood there knocking, you know, come on, I want your attention. And then sometimes you just get, okay, I got this package of information. I had pancakes today, let's say. These pancakes are super good. I want you to taste them. Are you in there? You know, hello, I got pancakes. And then you're left just, okay, I will put this package of information, this package of the taste of, or this feeling of pancakes, you know, just by the door, and you can have it when you're ready. And so he would then go off work and open the door when he's ready, and then maybe he's got, you know, for me, when his door or my door been shut for an extended period of time, because that happens when we open them, we just have all these parcels falling over us, and it comes to me like voices. So she says, oh, da, la, 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 la. And I just go, sorry, please, I can't hear a word you're saying, it's been too long, what's going on? One thing at a time. It just comes through like and so that's how he works. So it's so fascinating, because he is someone that, you know, that we can interact with. Oh, I'm not gonna go, he wants to keep his integrity, so I'm not gonna tell too much, but really sometimes you really can be just stood knocking on that door. Come on, you know, things are happening. If it's a dangerous situation, the door just flows open, of course. But sometimes, and the most fun part is when it's, you know, half open, or you can just, you know, hello, or through the little mailbox thingy, or it might be, hello, you in there? I just wanted to ask you a question. And then it can go, what, 10 minutes? And I could hear my door open, someone going, well, you wanted 10 minutes ago. I can answer now. What was the question? So this is how it works. And so it's the same with energy for me. I can tap into that, you know, with the Akashic libraries. I can say, okay, if there's something I don't know, I can either go, oh, I asked my twin, and so I go, knock, knock, sorry to disturb you. Do you know this? Do you know how to cook potatoes? Should it be with or without the lid, for example? And if he's not, you know, if the door is closed, it would just be no answer. And so then I can go into the room of the Akashic records and go up, okay, so how do people usually cook potatoes, for example? And I'm sorry if I got too loud now and scared people away. I apologize, but this is how it is for me. I'm sorry that was too loud. I just went off the tracks. I'm gonna put my mic down a little bit. I'm sorry if I hurt your ears. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it works for me. And so it's the same with all those things, you know. Stuck with me. Oh, I love being stuck with you, Tara. Denta said we should do squad streams, you and I, in the future. I know we're on different time zones, in different time zones, so it might be a little bit difficult, but I would love to work with you, is all I'm saying. Likewise, now I'm thinking I want to do the same with my gifts, being able to turn them on and off however I like it. It's been a journey to get there, you know, where I am today. Here we do. I'm sorry if I was being very loud as I said that, as I explained this to you. I have to build up a game plan. I haven't gotten that far. If I could get my internet upgraded, I'm on the fence about streaming. Yeah. We were looking to get our internet upgraded from home as well. We're trying to get fiber, is that what it's called in English as well? To have a sufficient internet connection, because this is in the office still. And so this is office hours, you know. But when we then stream from home, we'll be able to stream always. I feel so sorry for me raising my voice the way I did, because I was so excited talking about what I did talk about. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe I can come through and heal your ears. Hmm. Something's going on with my home phone. Hopefully today's the day. I went to exchange my router and couldn't do it in New Hampshire. That's where they told me to go. I was so upset. Oh. Lady Luna! I've been waiting for you, my friends. Oh, Lady Luna, I'm so happy to see you. Sorry, I said that like that. I've been waiting for you. Oh, it's beautiful seeing you here. Welcome to the community. I saw you in Kalina's stream and you were getting a reading, and I just tapped into your energy like that. And ever since, I've just been waiting for you to show up. It's beautiful having you here. Beautiful. Love to stream crashing, sculpting, but first need to save up to upgrade my computer. Yeah, it's all that. Yeah, I don't know if you saw me on Kalina's stream, Lady Luna. I think we just said hi to one another, but you were getting a reading from her, and I just really felt that frequency. So it's absolutely, I'm feeling honored seeing you here. It's beautiful. Lilin is another streamer as well. Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. Oh, does everyone say that? I'm sorry. It's not because you're looking for it. You want the honest opinion on that. Lady Luna, you're looking for it. You know? I feel you. Do you work with these bulbs? Imagining these bulbs coming off your body. I feel in meditation. And some use these, this flower, these crown flowers. It just feels like with you, it feels like this, imagining this lifting from your body, these balls, and going up to the heavens and to the universe and sending out the frequency. Is this something that you recognize? Because it feels like this is what you do. And with that, you're sending your energy out looking for people to, you want to be found. So it's not wrong to do that, and it's also not weird that people say, "Ah, you're here now, you've chosen me, oh my god," "Oh, you're such a beautiful person." It's because we recognize you, because you're sending this energy out, and you got this wonderful energy. It's not, I mean, at first it was a way of saving yourself, or very first you did it in order you just felt you want to do it, but then it got into you, and I'm sorry this turning into a reading. I just really want to share this with you, and just let me know if no, but I feel it's okay. But we all struggle with our different things, and it's just first you were curious about it, and then when things happens and you feel, okay, this is now my safe spot, this is what I can do, and so you evolve into that, and you create this clear channel in between your light bulbs or your bulbs and your heart. And so you would pour everything into it, almost like a diary. It feels like you're moving into this meditation. I just felt yes coming through. That is how it is for me. But it's almost like you use it as a diary to just to sap your energy, all the emotions into in this meditation or this meditative state. And it's a very personal experience for you, but it's also something that you share with the world, and that is beautiful. So if you wonder why people come to you, always say that to you, it's because you have already showed yourself to them, and you've done so transparently. Not without showing, oh, I've got this and this and this and this going on. More rather, I am human, I am me, and I welcome that. And this is all of me. And we're not getting, you're not sending out particular information. You're just sending out the emotion of being human. And that is beautiful. So it doesn't surprise me that people react like I do, that we tap into your energy because you open up to it. But we just spoken about this, how we meditate to get in it and how we meditate to get out of it. And we just spoke about this just before you landed here. Sorry to say it like that, but and thank you, Tara, by the way. Thank you so much. But yeah, and I'm just looking what is coming through. You're very like me, and I don't wanna drag it out of you, but we put so much of ourselves out there that we are afraid of what we're keeping with ourselves. Because there is perspectives also to us, we all got sides. So we're very alike in that we open up completely, and then we always go back and end up in these situations where we are with ourselves, having this discussion with ourselves, and starting to wonder that still there are things that we're not open with. Popped into your head to message you, maybe intuition, definitely intuition. Yes, certainly intuition, yeah. Yeah. We're soft and gentle, but we do have aspects of us that we'd rather not talk about. And it's so interesting because it's just human, and we're so transparent in who we are, and yet we're scared of showing who we are. If that makes any sense. I want you to be more than an angel, Luna. Because if we always feel like we are angels, we will always look down at our own insecurities and try to to balance them out by doing our energy work. And we can look at other people coming forth with what we are shielding away from the world, even though we're so open and transparent, and be so open and gentle to that. But when it comes to ourselves, we have a very judgmental look on ourselves, an open judgmental look. So Tara, you telling us that we are gentle and soft is the best we know, and that you feel comfortable with us is so important. But the reason why we help others is because, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to call you out now, Lady Luna, I'm with in this. all we do is trying to help ourselves. Everyone does that. It's the only thing we can do. And the thing is, we're not looking for people to say that we are beautiful in every aspect, because we know that we are beautiful as we are human, but these certain things within ourselves that we don't show to others, it doesn't matter how many words we get or how many colleagues as energy workers say to us that those qualities are also beautiful. What we have to learn is to simply live with it and know that it's part of us. It's always going to be that heavy plate in our suit, but it's part of our suit. We help others when we also help ourselves. That's what we do. But I don't know what would have to happen in order for us to open that door and look at those things inside of ourselves. I think we need help with that. And I think this is what we do. If we talk about energy clusters and bulbs and whatever we talk about that we help others with, I truly believe that we need each other, us two, in order to lift that from ourselves. Because our viewpoint when we help others subconsciously will always be that we do it subconsciously in a way of balancing out our own insecurities. We need a third hand coming in who doesn't take it from that insecurity, but to stand in their way, on their path, seeing it from a third eye perspective. And us energy workers are so, and I'm sorry, we're so bad at getting help from others. And probably because we're so scared of what will come forth. And I'm not talking about getting readings, I'm not talking about these things, I'm talking about pure energetic healing. Tara. Thank you, my friend, and welcome, Lady Luna. I said before I started the stream, or when I just started, I said that today my guides are telling me that there will be someone coming in that I know from life that has not seen the stream yet, and I was being nervous about this. And I think there's several people who's been here today, actually. And now you, Lady Luna, coming in, I feel, I don't know you from life, but I know you from life. And you, having you here, I hope that I feel, and this might be my ego talking, but whenever I feel there's a reason for this and I feel we can really help one another. I truly believe that, and I am transparent and open when I say it. But let's do this and let's have fun together. You, Lady Luna, you are an inspiration to me. Truly. Wow. I didn't expect this today. And I'm sorry this is the reaction you get, Lady Luna, but... But don't get me wrong, Lady Luna. You're not just an inspiration to me because of what you can do with the stars. You're an inspiration to me because also of the ugly things. Because they also are beautiful. But we have to learn that. and that is inspirational to me. What if people react to us not just because of our energetic work, but because of what we're trying to hide, Luna? What if people actually see this and just wants to resonate with us more than seeing us as wearing the white coat? Is that an expression you use in English as well? Because we do in Swedish. I think there's something very, very beautiful here and very human. And I know I've been struggling. I always wanted to be an angel when I grew up. Feeling like a monster, wanted to be an angel. And then I started to realize I was human. And then just when I started to accept that, that was the last thing I ever wanted, people started to call me angel again. And I went, oh God, yeah, but you're an incarnated angel. Okay. And so whatever we are, and I said this many times before, whoever we are, we're just us. And the most beautiful title, I know, is human. So let's live, right? Tara! Oh! Another subscription! Thank you so much. It means so, so, so much. You use the bubbles of joy. Here! You got them. Come on, guys, bubbles! Everyone, bubbles! Bubbles! Oh dear, I got another thing on the end there as well. So beautiful. That's exactly what's happening to me. I'm like, meh, just accepting all parts of me because I'm human. I feel all levels. Yeah. Yay! Bubbles! Bubbles of joy. There was something coming in when you were getting your reading before, Luna. And it's something that I wanted to talk to you about. We just say ever since, and this was a couple of weeks ago. And I feel you will resonate, but I'm not sure on what level, because they're not telling me. You told your energy feels like bubbles. Well, you got these baubles, light baubles, right? So yeah, it's very similar to bubbles. Charles Barkley's ghost. Hello, hello. How are you, my friend? I recognize you. I'm not sure we will be doing any more energy readings today, my friends, because we're coming up to the end of the stream. But I do want to, we'll see what happens. But we are back on Tuesday, so you who just joined in queue, you will stay as long as you want. So until you leave by typing joy backwards. Sorry. This is communication center of what I want to talk to you about, Lady Luna. Oh, and there was some heavy energy coming in as well. So this is the communication. Or I was just gonna say or until you get your reading. So you can put yourself in queue and I will get to you next time we do readings. No, don't remove yourselves, guys. Okay. No, but if you're not here, I will just take the next list and I will put a little star in front of you. And so you will not see it, they will not be shown in queue, but I have it with me. So when I see you pop up, I will take you since it's your turn. So you don't ever have to leave if you don't want to. I'll keep track on who's here and not. Okay. Oh, Poet Loaf. Oh, thank you so much. Do you hear the British coming through there? Thank you. It means so much. Truly. So, Lady Luna, there was something that I wanted to talk to you about, and I just wanted to say it to you without putting too much into it, you know, whether it being physical or non-physical, metaphorical, or what it might be. But there is something when you got your reading that I really wanted to talk to you about, or to open up to. And I'm sorry if it's too personal or if you don't resonate, but I wanted to talk to you about the child. And then not clarifying, but what was so prompt in your energy was about the child. And if you would like to talk more about it, I'm definitely open for you, or open for it to talk about. Because I almost wanted to talk about or I wanted to talk about a pregnancy of some sort. It could mean so much, but what I felt in your frequency at that time had to do with, yeah, the child. And they are saying that you need time to be able to talk about it, whatever it might be. So I will give you that time. But I just want you to know that should you want to talk to me, I'm always here for you. And if you wanted to join our Discord and for us to have a conversation that way, that would mean more to me than you could ever know. And if you would ever like to talk, I'm here. You already joined. Oh, thank you. Welcome to that little corner. But because I don't want to make things out of a big deal, or make things out to be a huge thing. But they are telling me that in our genuinity, you do need time in order to talk about this or to wrap your head around it. And so I want to give you that process. You're sneaky. Yeah. I want to give you that time. Okay. Not too sneaky from my eyes, but Fabian, you're everywhere. You know what, Lady Luna? Would you I've already done 2 today, but would you like to do an astral projection with me? And to just meet me in the room between? And we can take our different bubbles and bubbles. Just meet me. And I would just like to send you warmth and love for who you are. Would you want to do that? Or would you rather we wait with that, maybe a little? Because I would love to come through and just not provide you with a bubble because you got so many of your own, but to simply share mine. Would you enjoy that? Bubble love exchange and bubbles cage fight. Who has the stronger ones? Maybe wait. Yeah. Okay. Then we'll do that. They said that you might want to wait. So definitely. Just know that when you're ready, I am definitely also ready to do it. 1-0 for Sarah. Bubba's ready to give hugs. So I love that. That was beautiful poets. Oh. So I'm gonna see how it was looking. Tara, you are the one who was next in queue. I'm just gonna check. I'm just gonna see if this fairy is something very short for you. Very bright, very light. You removed yourself. It doesn't matter, it's okay. Tara, they are talking about bringing that book to your friend. Yeah, we're missing you. We're talking about bringing that book to your friend, Tara. But you should do it. It feels like it has to do with they're talking about aspects of life. I think you will resonate with it a little bit come further along. But it feels like this, how to live your life, how to be the best you. Is that something? Maybe could be a title. How to find the small, how to enjoy the small part. It's this coaching book, right? This mindfulness book that I feel also has some recipes in it. It may be something that you've seen or will see, but I do feel like that book, when you feel you want to give it to your friend, you should. But it feels like a mindfulness, being the best you. You were looking for a book last night on them lines, but couldn't find one. Okay. Yeah, when you find it, I just feel it's really, when you find it and when you think about, I want to give this to my friend, go for it, because in those lines, there's really something that they will pick up on. This book, for me, this book for me, it's got this picture, but I think it's because I think I've seen, for me, what comes through, but that could be a book that I've seen that I think I've had, because I think I got it from a family member. But the inspiration of it is this, for me, I see this lake with a rock, a stone in the middle, and this little drop of water coming down, and it's about mindfulness. I think for you this book would be more colorful though, and in the back it contains some recipes. I think it's got some nutrition diagrams as well, and then about being the best you even in the small spaces. Something along those lines. Cowbait, hi. Beautiful seeing you. How are you? Along those lines. But yeah, they want to push that for you. It's a good idea. I've done 2 astral projections today and a couple of readings. We've had so many beautiful, so many subscriptions, so many beautiful words. So it's been a lovely stream today, guys. I am so tired now. You wrote it down. You're going to continue look for the book. Yeah. I think it's in the 3rd and 5th page that just when you open it, it was something that will really resonate with her. That could really help, I feel. I'm losing my voice now. What you do and to be able to be here, it means so much to me, guys. This was just a small little thing for you, Tara, so next time you join, you will have your reading. Because you are, I'll let you know. Let's see here. We got Frederick, Overroad, and then it's you, Tara. But if none of the above turns up, then it's you. Or if you are not here, then it's the next one in line. But don't worry, you don't ever have to leave if you don't want to. I just put a little star on you. Is there going to be anything else related to astral projections today? How come you ask, Cowbait? Because I would love to talk a little bit on astral projections. If there is anything that you had, any specific question you had in mind? Or if there was anything you wanted? I'm intrigued by your question, Cowbait. Just curious because I don't know much about it. Just heard terms like silver quartz. Okay. Now, one thing about me, guys. I reprogrammed my brain, and because of how ill I've been before, I can't remember anything from school, anything that I was ever taught. Probably in there somewhere, definitely, but I know nothing, and I don't know things that I learn either. What I do is that I read, and so I read in energy. So maybe this is what takes up the brain, if you are still here, Pegacris, maybe this is how it works. I'm gonna check if you are still here, Pegacris. No! Okay. But I got the question because I'm always open, I compartmentalize my brain into different rooms. And so it's also with a dog. Okay, I see. Thank you, Fabian. You're checking everything. It's good. And with a dog. Okay. No, but I got these different rooms that I open, so I don't meditate in coming into these sessions. I simply tap into different compartments of my brain. And so with this, when I'm talking about crystals, when I'm talking about color readings, astral projection, I have no studies behind this. I've done no research. Even if I did some research, I wouldn't remember it because my brain, it just doesn't stick. I know nothing about politics, nothing about maths, nothing about science. Everything is just, it's blank in here. What I do is read. So when someone talks about, for example, astral projection, I go into the Akashic libraries and see what information I can find. So, or I tell how I do it. So when I do astral projection, it might be in a different way than someone else does. So when you now provide me the information of those cords, those silver cords, then I can go up into the library and see, okay, astral projection silver cords. Right. So it's about, when you connect yourself to your body so that you don't lose yourself and then you can travel in the frequency. I'm reading that. I know nothing about this. Maybe I probably heard it somewhere, but my brain doesn't work like that. I can't reach in getting information from me. I look in the library, if that makes any sense. And so with the chords, I then see, oh, this is, how it would be working. For me, it might work in a different way. I'm not sure. Astral projection for me, usually we talk about, most people do it, or I've heard, this I can actually say I remember I've heard people doing it when they're asleep. I do it when I'm awake. I do it here, and I am here as well as on other spaces at the same time. And I do that by compartmentalizing. I do that by tapping into different areas in my brain and following parts of me a frequency to you, for example. What's the purpose of astral projection? Very individual, I would say. But it is mainly, I would say, I think there are people here who would know more about it. But for me, I would say the practicality is to see other places than what you do in your body, with your body, so you can travel anywhere. And you can always travel through time and dimension, as some people do. But it's also in order to gain information that you wouldn't else be able to gain, or to help someone. Some people have astral projected going to their friends and seeing behind the doors and then connecting with them in reality or outside the projection and telling them what they've seen and how they interpreted a situation than they otherwise might not have known of. But it's all different. Can I do it too? Do we meet on the astral plane or what? Everyone can do it, yeah. But I feel it's important to not. It's a dangerous thing to do. Everything is dangerous, but it is I think this is the silver cords you've heard, that we need to stay in touch with ourselves because we can get lost. When I met Terry Evans, he told me about people who've lost their lives due to not finding the way back to their body. And it is possible that what they do, people, when going in sleep, astral projection, maybe they do disconnect from the body in another way than what I do. I can't say that for sure. What I know is that we're all connected, and so we can all connect and we can all move around since we're all energy. But how much we do it and how we do it depends on what works for us and what is important, or what works in a way of us feeling safe within ourselves. I don't think that answers your question, but there's not much I can say. Tara, go get Annika. See you soon. Yeah, you too. It's a risk I'm willing to take if you care to help me with instructions. I will not. There are some magazines out there that you can buy that tell you how to do it, and there's some videos online and all of those things. If you're ready for it, I would love to be able to help you with it, but I believe that it's so important not trying to do it to leave yourself. And I know you do this out of curiosity, but it's difficult. I think this is something we shouldn't play around with, and I just want to feel safe in. I'm just looking with my guides. No. Okay. No, okay, they're talking about, sometimes love says no, they're talking about how you're too curious, if that makes any sense. And that is not me saying, oh, I'm doing this, you can't be doing this. No, 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 that's not it. I'm saying it, when I met Terry Evans, he told me you could be a good medium if you started to play around. Or stop playing around, sorry, if you stop playing around. And he was referring to astral projections because I was going everywhere. And I was doing so in order to leave myself. And even though you are curious about this, you're having a little bit too much of this playfulness. Everyone should be playful, but they are being very cautious. And that's for your well-being. And I'm sorry that is what is coming through, but this week has been about tough love, and so I'm continuing on that, it feels like. But when you're ready, definitely, my friend. I have to read chat now. There's going on so much. Hang on. What's going on in chat? Oh, you sent Pegacrice a message. Thank you. Hi, Pegacrice. I'm sorry. I was just talking about compartmentalizing again because I got the question. What was it that I wanted to say? Oh, it was because, yeah, my brain is blank. That was it. I can't remember anything. I look for the archives instead, and maybe that is how my brain is composed into this compartmentalized bits. Maybe that's what I've sacrificed in order to get there. I had no idea. It was just a thought. What do you talk about, guys? Love with crystals, more as a community. Yes, me too. I'd love to. Most of what I've been reading has been about crystal grids, but I'm most interested in developing an introduction process, how to get a crystal ally and begin a relationship. Yeah. You want to begin a relationship with a crystal? Yeah. Your name is Sarah? It is. I'm Sarah. I'm in the crystals allies already. For example, different pieces of amethysts. Amethysts. Amethysts! Feel different and I use them differently. Yeah. Where do you put those crystals, by the way? Did you make a confession? My home is filled with crystals. Every ring except the bathroom, I guess. My heart's deep, yeah. Oh. Sorry, I just had to see what you've been up to, guys. You're not afraid you need a new experience. See, that is why they're talking about your curiosity. You're being too curious in it. When we can do it in a relaxed manner, in another way than, you know, the excitement, then I'm definitely here for you, my friend. I'm always here for you. I just hope that I can help you in a way that is good for you. And with love, I'm feeling this step of doing astral projections is not what you need right now. But I would love to do other things with them for you. And then we can come to astral projection later. But this is with love, I'm saying. And I'm not being boring, but it's truly what I feel. see. Yeah, you are still here, Cabot. Good. It's with love, my friends. Should I put more crystal photos in Heart to Heart channel? I would love to see more of crystals, if you feel like it. I'm sorry, by the way, that I'm not so eager to answer what's going on in Discord. I see it and I'm there. It has just been a lot, and I'm a very introverted person, so sometimes I just shut off. And I'm sorry, I hope you can feel love anyways. Because you guys, this is amazing. I love what you do. In being here, in being you. I made great progress this morning with the berries. And I'm excited to share crystals. Yeah, we'll love to see. So, Calvin asks Sarah that she don't have to feel bad about being sometimes introverted. No. Many of us are introverts, right? No matter, introverts or extroverts or ambiverts. We're all the same and all individuals and all unique. But yeah, I do need some time to breathe. And I've been so ill, so I'm not used to working. And when I say work, I don't mean that in a negative way. I love what I do. It makes me feel... You know those guys when you feel you have a purpose. I'm just happy. It's all, truly. Strawberries and the installation in Dallas. Oh, Dallas. Okay, but can you project yourself in some way to me where I would feel your presence? Yeah. It depends on how... Today I've done 2 astral projections. I've done one for Blondie and one for Fabian. And Blondie, I think could feel. Fabian, I think you got some sense that I was maybe there, but also not. But yeah, I do astral projections, and I do it here to give you some warmth. But we've come to the end of the stream, so we can definitely do some astral projections on Tuesday. But I'm not going to do it in order to prove anything. I'm not going to do anything in order to prove it or to play around with it. Or, I love to explore, but I'll do so as my guide says is good for us to do. If that makes any sense. You're a very hard client. You are, Fabian, but you're a very nice person, and I love having you here. I would consider you a friend. I'm so grateful to be here. Yeah, you're right, Fabian. It's open one to listen, those are great qualities. Yeah, you being here, it must be so interesting for you to come from the entire different perspective, It's beautiful having you here. I mean, the push is curious. Now I understand. Maybe you can go back and watch the VODs if you feel like it when I do astral projections. Or we'll see what happens, but I do all with love. And sometimes love says no. However hard that might be for me. It's just the way it is. So I hope you can accept me. And anyway, I can't find the words now. It's time to sign off, guys. Have a lovely weekend, all of you. I'll be back on Tuesday. And if you would like to get in contact with me privately, Discord is the easiest way, or just send me an email at my normal email address, vhe@vheintuition.com. v@vheintuition.com. But Discord is the easiest way. I do answer. It just takes the time sometimes. And we're back to sushi rolls. I love that. I love this. Hugs to all of you beautiful people. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Thank you for today. And Lady Luna and all of you, welcome. Love to each and every one of you. See you very soon. And Cowbait, I hope we're all fine. Take care, guys. See you soon. A lot of sunshine here. Bye now. Bye.